Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Cassie. First of all, I just want to apologize for being kind of MIA the last few weeks. What is it? The week of the 2nd, from the 2nd to about the 7th, I was in Boston visiting my dad's side of the family. My dad and I also drove from Boston to New York to visit my brother and his girlfriend. I've been kind of stressed out lately, a little bit busy, so that's kind of why I haven't been making videos, so I do apologize for that. Now that that's out of the way, let me get started. This week, this has to be one of my favorite themes because I am a bookworm. This week is book week. So, I've been reading a lot lately, and I have a few books for you to recommend. I only have two that I've read and finished lately, but I also have one I'm reading that I'm going to recommend to y'all as well. However, the book I'm going to recommend, I'm going to say, I kind of want to put a trigger warning on it. I know this is a video, but the book that I am going to recommend, it is about anorexia nervosa, It's called Elena Vanishing. It's by Elena and Clare Dunkle, and it's a memoir about this young girl who goes through a battle with anorexia. The beginning of it's about her struggle with it, and then the first half, and then the second half's kind of about her recovery, and so I guess if you've had struggles with eating disorders, I might not recommend that you read it because it could be triggering for you or traumatic, hard to read, whatever. But okay, enough with that. The other books I've read recently, they're by David Levithan. And in case you don't know who that is, he co-wrote Will Grayson with John Green. And he's a really great author. He wrote a book called Every Day, and it's basically about this person. I'm not going to specify boy or girl because this person doesn't really specify themselves as one or the other. But it's about this person who every day wakes up in a new body and kind of just goes through life trying not to screw up other people's lives or make that much of a difference to like offset that person's family or friends the next day. And this person kind of goes through life and they don't really grow close to anybody or anything like that. But one girl named Rhiannon, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, she kind of changes things. And Every Day is an incredible novel. I loved it. I think I made it through it in like about a week. And it was a really great book, definitely worth the read. It's a great, I guess it's a fantasy novel technically, but it's also got like a bit of romance in there too. And then if you read that book and you really like it, David Levithan just released on August 25th. He released a companion novel to this, so it's not a sequel, but it's a companion novel, and it's written in Rhiannon's point of view. Although I have to say, when I read that book, even though I really enjoyed it, I feel like the suspense, the surprise, everything like that was already kind of taken out of it because I read it every day, and so Another Day, the companion novel, wasn't necessarily as good as a result. I still enjoyed it, but knowing what happens next, anticipating it wasn't. I guess like the book wasn't as exciting as the first one was. But I would definitely recommend both of those books. They're great reads. And maybe, if you really like them, you could read more of David Levithan's books. I'm going to recommend a few other books that I've read. I'm sure you guys have probably read John's books. I really, really like Paper Towns. That was my favorite. I think I made it through that book in probably less than 2 weeks. I really, really liked it. So if you haven't read that yet, go ahead and read it. Definitely would recommend The Fault in Our Stars for obvious reasons. Great love story. And I really enjoy how The Fault in Our Stars, it's not focused on these kids and the fact that they have cancer. It really just shows you how these are real people who just happen to have cancer. And then a bunch of my other favorite books that I want to recommend to you guys. In middle school, and I guess in the beginning of high school, I really enjoyed the Maximum Ride series by James Patterson. They're a young adult, I guess they're fantasy? Yeah, they're fantasy books. They're really, really interesting, and James Patterson is great with series. I think I want to say there's at least I want to say there's no more than 10 books in this series. I haven't read the last two or three, but what I've read from that series is really, really great. I also want to recommend. I have a feeling if you look for this in a local library, it might be a little difficult to find. I know I've had difficulty finding the series in libraries, but it's called the Touch series. I'm gonna leave the name of the author in the description because it's a little hard to spell, but it's by Laurie Faria Stolarz, and it's an incredible series, and I would definitely recommend you read it. These kids basically, these kids, these teenagers basically have, they can, like, sense things through touch. They can, like, kind of have premonitions or, like, predict things that'll happen through touch, and it's really, really incredible, really great stories. I'd also recommend, this might be better for younger readers, but I did really enjoy Meg Cabot, when I was in middle school and high school, so I would definitely recommend some of her books. Primarily, Jinx was a really, really great book. I can't remember any of the other ones of hers I read, but she's a really, really great author, and I liked her books as well. And then I haven't gotten that far into Elena Vanishing, but I would definitely recommend it if you are okay with reading about an eating disorder, anorexia, if you can kind of get through, or if you can kind of get past that. I would definitely say it's a great book and you should pick it up. And then after you finish this, if you finish it, there is also, what's it called? I think sorry. It's called Hope and Other Luxuries, A Mother's Life with a Daughter's Anorexia. And this is by Clare Dunkle, who is Elena's mother. So I'd say definitely read both of those books, and the rest of the books I recommended. And that's basically it for books I have to recommend to y'all. But I just want to let y'all know I would like to return to a regular schedule. Upload videos on Monday, be the start of the week. Really sorry for the time out I took, but sometimes we just need a break in life. We need to take a step back, take time out. So I hope you guys aren't too upset about that. But yeah, that's it. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, night, morning, night, morning, evening, whatever time it is where you are. And I will see you guys next week. All right, peace, bye.